Hello everyone, I welcome you for this session. Now I will be discussing influence line on determinate beam. This is a fresh topic. So in this topic I will be discussing what do you mean by influence line, where it is used and the problems which you will be solving by using influence line. Okay. Now getting into the point, what do you mean by influence line? And there are similar things which we are dealing about this, which is shear force and bending moment diagram. So what is the difference between shear force and bending moment diagram versus the influence line? Okay, this topic comes only when the load is moving in a structure. So this is majorly used where the loads are moving in a structure. Okay, so we can see some of the examples like the moving loads or the impact load moving on the span or a structure like highway bridges. So you can see a highway bridge here, and the loads are not primarily static live load, so they are dynamic live load, so it change depends on the time. And if a vehicle is moving from one end to other end of the structure, what happens to the supports and what happens to the beam? Say for example, in a static analysis, you can place a load at a particular point, or you can consider the load into UDL throughout the span, and then you can solve the problem. But in case of moving load, what happens? The loads are not static at one end. It starts from one end and it ends at the other end. So what happens? The bending moment changes according to the load. So at each and every point, the bending moment and shear force is changed due to the course of loading. So not even only one single load which is there in the bridge, there are multiple loads which is moving across the bridge. So hence we cannot take the load as the major component to solve the analysis. We will be taking the span as the major component. Okay. The influence line can be drawn without the load. So we will be assuming a unit load and we will be solving the problems. And what happens? This unit load, multiple loads or UDL, whatever might be the case of load, the structure responds to a particular form of mode. So that mode is known as influence line. So here in this picture you can see the stresses are maximum when the load is placed at near the junction, that is near the piers, and it moves far away from the pier, the load is decreased to the column. So likewise, if the load is moving, there will be changes in the shear force and bending moment, but the influence line does not change. So we will look into it with an example. The influence line is a quick and simple method to find out these all as quick as possible and anywhere as you want to find out on the considered span. So the influence line is a defined pattern of bending moment, shear force or reaction. For each and every cases, if you want to find bending moment of this structure, if you want to find shear force, and if you want to find a deflection, so there will be a particular pattern. Whatever might be the load, the influence line is same. So this can be used for cranes also. In the cranes, the load will be moving from the tip of the crane to the support of the crane. So that is why this moving load and this influence line concept is used there, and also in industrial buildings. An example, in gantry girders, this influence line can be used. Okay, so this is used to find reaction, shear force and bending moment for the different position. And influence line is not only shear force, influence line is not only bending moment and it is not only reaction. So for each and everything, influence line can be used. So in definition, if you need in terms of definition, the influence line can be defined as the diagram of a function. So this is a function. This function depends upon the type of load, the distance between the span of the structure and the type of support. So this function depends on these variables, say of bending moment, shear force or deflection at a particular section when unit load rolls over the span. So here we will only consider a load which is moving, a single load. It might be 1 kilonewton. So this will be our case, and we will place this load at each and every critical point and we will find the pattern of the results. Okay, what are the uses of influence line diagram? So once we identified the influence line for a structure, then we can calculate the structural quantity for any type of moving loads. So the analytical parameters which I have discussed earlier can be easily identified. So in this picture you can see the moving load is not a single load, it might be due to multiple vehicles. See, there is a support here, there is a support here, there are two supports and a beam is here. So this beam is subjected to multiple number of point loads. For each and every wheel there will be a point load. So if 100 number of vehicle is moving, so that much vehicle wheel load will be taking through this structure. So that is why, to identify the bending moment and other structural parameters, this influence line can be used. In case of single concentrated load, and second case is a UDL longer than the span. Say for example, a train will be moving through the bridge. So the train is longer than the bridge. So in that case, you can take a UDL longer than the span and a UDL shorter than the span. These cases, say for example, a military tank can move from one place to another. So this is another case of UDL. So it is a small vehicle when you compare the size of the bridge. So that is another case. Then two concentrated loads are acting and a series of concentrated loads. So these are all the different types of loads. So whatever might be the case of load, you can use this influence line and identify the structural parameters. Okay, so these are the properties. In an example you can see there is a beam which is having one end hinged and other end a roller support, and for this type of structure, this is a overhanging beam, and for this beam, say for example you will be assuming a point load. If a point load is acting, so you can identify the bending moment by using the influence line. So whatever might be the load, here you can see a uniformly distributed load, and here there is multiple point load, and a UDL can vary. This is known as varying load. Okay, like this, anything might be your pattern of load. See, the influence line is same. This pattern is same for all the cases. So this pattern depends upon the span. If you draw the influence line, you can find the bending moment when a single point load is acting. When a UDL is acting, you can use the same influence line to find the bending moment. So the formula changes. If there is only the single point load, you can take load into this height. So load into this distance will be the function. And if it is an UDL, the area covered by the influence line into the magnitude of the load. So we'll give the function. Likewise, if there is multiple point load into the influence line height will be the, if you add sum of all the load into this distance, you will be getting the function. And for varying load, you can take the area into a function. So this will be integrating x1 to x2. So the x1 will be the initial distance and x2 will be the final distance of the varying load, and you can calculate the area and you can use this function in order to find the function of the structural. Okay, so let us consider a simple problem and apply the influence line concept. So this is a simply supported beam. Here you have two reactions, and let us draw the influence line diagram for shear force and bending moment at a section. So this is our case. The length of the beam is taken as L, and we will be assuming a unit load. So if you want to draw influence line diagram, you will be assuming a unit load which will be crossing. Okay, so let us assume this unit load is at a distance of x, and we need the bending moment at a section xx. So this section might be at a distance of a. So this is the case. So we will find the shear force and bending moment of the section. To find shear force and bending moment, we need reaction at the support. So how to find the reaction at the support? So we need RA and RB. So we will be finding the reaction. First we will take sum of moment equal to 0 at point A. We will be taking moment at point A, and there are two loads, that is RB and this one. So if you want to find bending moment with respect to A, RB into distance, this L. So RB into this L, this will be anti-clockwise, hence it is indicated as minus. And this unit load into distance, so load into distance, so that is 1 into x. This will be rotating clockwise, hence it is indicated as plus, equals 0. So if you want RB, you can take this component into the right hand side and you can find RB. The value of RB will be x by L. So you have found the value of RB as x by L. And if you want to find RA, you can use this equation, sum of V equal to 0, sum of all vertical force will be equal to 0 in this section. So if you assume this and if you apply this equation, we will be having a two reaction, that is RB and RA, which is acting upward. So we will be indicating plus RA plus RB equal to a load is acting downward, which is 1. RA plus RB equal to 1. So we already know RB, that is x by L. If you take the RB into right hand side, it will be minus x by L. The RA will be, if you want to make the L common, you have to multiply the L into the 1. So L minus x by L, this will be your RA. Now we know the magnitude of RB and RA. So we have found out the reaction at support. Now if you want to find the maximum reaction at A, you have to apply x equal to 0 at the point of, so this is x, starting point of x. So if you apply x equal to 0, you will get the maximum reaction. So if you apply that x equal to 0 in RA, so if you apply 0 here, 0 by L will be 0 and there will be 1. So RA will be 1. This will be the maximum. And if you want to know the least load, least reaction due to A, So at the point B, so there will be the minimum reaction, this is the least reaction of RA. So if you want to find that, you have to apply X equal to L. So at the point of L, the reaction A component will be 0. So if you want to apply X equal to L, so L by L will be 1 and 1 minus 1 will be 0. So RA tends to be 0. I have applied X equal to 0 and X equal to L for the support RA. Similarly, you can apply X equal to 0 and X equal to L in reaction RB. So you will be getting, when you apply X equal to 0, you will be getting RB 0, and if you apply RB equal to, so at the position of X equal to 0, you will be having the reaction B as 0, and if you apply X equal to L, the reaction B will be L by L will be 1, so you will be having 1, the unit, the maximum reaction at B. So that is why the triangle is like this pattern. So for RA at X equal to 0, at X equal to 0, the reaction will be maximum, that is 1, and X equal to L. So this is the L distance. So at X equal to L, the reaction will be 0. So if you connect this point, you will be getting the triangle. So this is the first point. Okay. Now if you want to find the shear force, so the shear force is nothing but, if you find the reaction, you will be easily finding out the shear force. At, if you join these two parameters, you can find the shear force. So this is the RA parameter, the reaction A parameter, and reaction B parameter. So both the things were added here. So this is the influence line for RA, this is the influence line for RB. So if you connect this, wherever you want to find the shear force, you can find the shear force by using this diagram. Okay. If you want to find the bending moment at the point A, what you have to place? You have to place a unit load at the section. So you are interested in finding bending moment at the section XX. So apply 1 kilonewton load. Now you can find the influence line diagram of the simply supported beam. How to find bending moment? If there is a load, first you have to find the reaction of RA and RB. So let us find that, taking moment at A. So using sum of moment at A equal to 0. If I am taking moment at A, RB into L, this will be anti-clockwise, since it is minus RB into L, and 1 into distance is A, so I will be taking 1 into A as moment, and this is clockwise. Okay, so I have arrived this equation equal to 0. If I need RB, so I can take this to right hand side and find RB equal to A by L. If I know RB, I can use sum of V equal to 0 equation, that is I have two reactions at upward, so RA plus RB equal to 1. If I substitute A by L, I will be getting RA equal to 1 minus A by L. So this will be my reaction. So now I have found out the reaction of RA and RB, and after finding that, you can find the bending moment at the section XX. So if I want to find, either I can look right hand side or left hand side. So now I will be looking into the right hand side. So RB into distance. So the distance is, the total distance is known as L, and from the point A to the load, this distance is A. So if I need the intermediate distance, I can substitute L minus A. So that will be the distance of RB into the distance up to XX. So I will be multiplying load into distance. So the load is RB. So I have written RB here. So the distance is L minus A. So I have written L minus A. Okay. So we already know RB equal to A by L. So I am substituting A by L as RB. So now I will be getting MXX. As simple as this. So finally, if you know that value, L minus A into A by L. So L minus A into A by L. So this will be the maximum moment due to the point load at section XX. So you can make a point here and you can connect at each and every distance. So this will be L minus A and this will be A. So this is the influence line diagram for a simply supported beam. Now you can remove the 1 kilonewton load and you can apply a UDL. You can easily find out, so whatever might be the load. So you can consider when an auto is moving, when a car can move, when a point load, a single wheel vehicle can move and multiple wheel axle can move. So whatever might be the vehicle can move in the simply supported beam. So this will be the pattern of bending moment. You can find the bending moment for this simply supported section. Say for example, instead of 1 kilonewton, if 100 kilonewton is acting, just you have to multiply 100 into the distance. So this is the height. So 100 into height. So how will you find this height? Say for example, this is 10 meter and this is 3 meter. So you can take L as 10 minus 3 is 7. 7 into 3 will be 21. 21 will divided by 10. So it will be 2.1. So 2.1 into 100. It will be 211 kilonewton meter. So this will be your bending moment when 100 kilonewton is acting and 10 meter span of your structure. So this is the way to find the influence line diagram. So this is an easiest method to solve the structures such as bridges and cranes and whatever might be the moving load case. So this concept will help you. I hope you understood short session, and further we can apply this concept of influence line diagram for multiple cases. So it might be single point load, it might be multiple point loads or UDL, whatever might be the load, and you can apply this influence line concept for trusses. And let us see this concept one by one in forthcoming session. I hope you enjoyed this session. Happy learning. See you again. Thank you.